Hello and welcome to Race 1 of the 3rd annual CR Bathurst 1.2 hour event. If you haven't watched the qualifying video, I do recommend doing that first. The link will be in the description. Just a heads up, I participated in Race 1, so the footage is from my perspective, and I had Kogan and Ryan to do the lion's share of the commentary. They were able to spectate, so they do give good insight into what the rest of the field was up to. And in Race 2, Kogan participates and I spectate the whole field with Ryan co-commentating. Remember, if you would like to get involved in future races, we do have the Nürburgring, Le Mans and Spa 2.4 hours coming up later in the year. Then make sure you're following me on my socials. Facebook, Instagram and Twitter will all keep you up to date on any upcoming events. Also, my Discord community is the best place to stay informed and be involved in the discussion surrounding the races. All links, of course, will be in the description. Speaking of links, I have managed to organise a wide range of CRB 1.2H merch that you can get right now. Some of it will be removed at the end of April, so it's a great chance to grab a keepsake of this awesome event. It's time to jump into the race. Please leave a like to show your support and subscribe if you're new around here. There's some really high quality races and some really fast lap times here. Good luck, boys. Let's have a good time and let's just play nice. I don't want to half the field taken out into turn 2. If you make a mistake, you need to sit at the side of the track until everyone's gone past, then pull out again.
There's a lot of pulling out happening in this race.
Yeah, some pull-out games are strong, some are not. Geez, we spaced out off the line, but it is lights out and away we go.
So it's not as tight up the front as we might have expected there because of that little space.
Yeah, geez, we are spaced out. I'm 1.3 seconds in front of Super Dragon and a second behind Nico.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's more or less just over half a second between the guys up front as well. So what's happening behind here? Mojo and Crew coming into turn 2. Plenty of action happening down there. And we have
invitations are on play for 12th, 13th and 14th. So settling themselves in. It is the first lap after all, so
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here starting so far back. I kind of have to catch up to the pack in front just to race them.
well, that's where you got to be faster, mate.
Well, I'll try, Ryan.
Good to hear.
just get good.
Yeah, get good. You
Get good.
absolute idiot. Okay, no worries. Sorry.
Let's move our way back through the field. So it's a bit rough and tough coming down the mountain there. We have Cam has got himself ahead of the Untouchables. Currently less than a second behind King Julian. A bit of a gap then. There's 2 seconds of a gap to Matchoy in the Jag.
Rangers run wide after chase.
That he has.
Yes, first lap coming down there might be touch and go, alright.
Bit like your sex life. Sorry, you used that joke twice in 2 days. I don't even care.
You did, yeah.
No one else had
Old
it.
man is getting close to Staniel.
There is a
He's,
couple of battles. You got Up and Super Dragon. And then, Stan and Old Man.
Hey, Nick Magic. Welcome, dude.
And here he is.
And Rory's all.
Morning, Rory.
Howdy.
Old man is going for a move on Staniel. Coming into turn 3. He's got it. Has he stuck with it though? Oh, he's grazing along the wall. He went in a bit too deep. He did not pull out in time, it seems.
Bad pull-out game.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful, that'll end up with hits.
Yep.
Yeah, Staniel keeps the position. And all that has caused a bit of a gap to Super Dragon. Super Dragon's kind of on his own there. He's 2.5 seconds to the guy behind him and then 1.5 to Artie ahead of him. Same for Artie then as well. And Ranger and yourself. So The midfield is pretty spaced.
Everyone's just trying to get into a rhythm, I think. It's a long race.
Yeah, actually, I'd pretty much go to say that absolutely everybody is spaced all the way down to P8.
Jeez.
Whereas Daniel is
10th altogether.
yeah, having a bit of a battle here. Who's gonna win the battle of the slipstreams here? That's gonna be the question.
Tell you something for nothing, I'm not keeping up with the top three. They have checked out.
Oh, Matt Joy's put a little move on Old Man.
What positions
Old
are
Man
they?
has currently lost it. That is for 9th position. And he's kept it going into the last corner as well. So there we have a change of positions. Did we have someone in the pits there? Dude, Super Dragon has pitted.
Already? Wow.
And he's come out.
Probably started
in the
on
battle
hards, I
of
reckon.
7th, 8th and 9th. He is now slotted into 8th position.
Damn.
Well, if Matt Joy had a bit of an issue there, or Staniel did get a bit of a gap, but interesting tactics there. So Super Dragon.
The really interesting tactic is, I wonder if Super Dragon just did his lap on the hard.
On the hards, yeah, that's what I
I'm
reckon.
thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking he started on hards there. Interesting. So we might see him just pull away from us there. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? Gran Turismo has things.
Has some things, not a lot of things, but it's got a few.
Yeah. So
Feel free to not give away the strategy that a lot of people are trying to play in this race, though.
I won't. I'm just going to keep it to myself now. I'm just going to go through it. I'm not streaming myself, so on.
Difference between online racing and real racing, isn't it? The real racers can't hear the commentators talk about the strats. But the other teams can. That was a huge oversteer. That was a bad moment for me.
I mean, if Crofty can do it for the Phone 1 guys, why can't I?
Well, the main reason why is because the other drivers aren't listening to you.
Yeah.
So you really think the other drivers don't be listening to Crofty? They have him on the earpiece.
I guess.
That's how they start. He says lights out, and it's like, oh, well, I'll just go now.
Yeah. They're not even worried about the lights.
When you're that far back, you know, Crofty's your only hope. Ranger is getting a bit of a pressure here by yourself, isn't he?
Nah, he's just overtaken. So I cocked up out of the elbow, got a massive bout of oversteer, gave up about a second to him, and he comfortably shot past me with a slipstream going through, or going into the chase.
We have Nico going down the inside of Diswood into turn 2 for second position. That spot has been made.
He's a bit wild up there on the curb.
Interesting with fuel there, though. That's... It'll be interesting to see if people are actually going to conserve their fuel, or if they're just going to go flat to the mat and not really care too much.
Matt Joy running the Jaguar, which is having a bit of an identity crisis because it is running a Bentley Speed 8 livery.
Well, I suppose there's no Bentley in...
It does work though, because it's that really nice green, which works both on both the Bentley and the Jaguar, and then your white and black. So it works. I'm not going to say it doesn't work, because it does work.
What I can say is that there are definitely people on hards.
Absolutely. I've got a sneaking suspicion Ranger here next to me is on hards. Where's the side draft, Gran Turismo? Where's my side draft? He did just overtake me, but he had a bit of a catastrophe of a lap. So I'm just going to take the lead again over Ranger. And if he catches back up and passes, I'll let him through, but...
That's not how you race, mate. That's generally not how you'd go about it.
Well, we're a fair few laps off the end yet. 37 laps, 4 in.
You got to fight for every one of them, mate.
My last lap was definitely slower than I'd like, and I was sort of right up behind him, so I thought I'll take the lead.
With the two of yous battling, RT Thump has started to catch the two of yous in his Porsche, his luminous green Porsche.
The other Beetle in the race.
Yeah.
Well, not the other. That's the only in this race, isn't it?
Yeah. I think, though, that's a TF Sport Aston Martin livery. Adapted over.
Oh, on yeah. Oh, he's had a wild one there. I get where you're coming from there. Yeah, that looks different.
Because the TF1 in the World Endurance Championship, they've got the red at the moment with black. British GT, they run a really dark blue with silver, but it's in that hexagon sort of shaping.
Yeah.
It works though. I like it. Being green as well, Grello. I like it. Works.
The car are looking like a handful though.
It definitely didn't look very nice, did it?
I did do a few laps in the Porsche to see if it was something that I could run, and it only took me about 2 laps to realise that it wasn't. Which is weird because when Gran Turismo first came out, I think you remember, I did roughly around 3,000 kilometers in the Porsche. It was my car of choice. And then the just completely changed the handler for then.
Yeah, look, when I first started playing this game, I was all about the Porsche too.
There's no Ferraris, McLarens, Audis, Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Just standard
Gran Turismo.
Really wanted to race the Ferrari. Really wanted to. I actually did do a few practice sessions in it. But it's when you got to the mountain, it decided that no, I'm not going over here. I'm going to go into the wall.
I was fine because I remember for the 1.2 last year, I also really wanted to run the Ferrari because I had a really nice livery idea for it, and that's how I designed my cars. But just could not get it through the dipper without spinning.
Yeah, and it's actually better now than it was last year.
Absolutely. I'm surprised there's no Audis in here. That is one car I thought someone would run, because it's not a bad car, the Audi.
It does handle it a little bit better than the Ferrari, alright.
Yeah.
Stan has taken a pit stop.
He has. And Cam has got himself a 0.4 of a second penalty. He's currently down in 14th. He's not having the best of stints, but it's a long way to go.
She's a bit of a taily boy out of the elbow. Yeah, dynamic lighting would be lovely, wouldn't it? If we could actually set this to start here at 5:30 in the morning and finish up at a reasonable hour.
Oh, and there's something has happened there with El Nico in P2. He's half a second ahead of this wood, but he's got a 1.4 second penalty from somewhere. Now, there's no mandatory penalty zones here, so he could probably just work that out of it
pretty quickly, I reckon.
The old lift and coast into the chase.
Yeah, although he's not going to have the opportunity to lift and coast for the moment.
No.
He's under a bit of pressure.
Yep, he's definitely under some pressure by Diswood. But,
looks like it was lap 5 that he had that issue, because he did a 2:04, a casual 2:04, which is faster than any time I'm going to put up. But anyway, that's the issue that he had lap that he had his issue on.
Yeah, but I mean he'll probably lose a majority of that just going into the pits.
Yeah.
I noticed Super Dragon is up to 6 now after his pit stop.
The very quick 14 seconds pit stop.
Yeah, the Porsche not doing too well for Artie there. He has a 2:12 on his last lap, so he's
had a rough one.
Flighty.
And pity because he was really coming up to the back of
Oh yeah.
Dragon and Ranger there. Well, the Rangers kind of pulled away. And then there's Charlie just on his own.
Yeah, I don't know how. Ranger was right with me.
Lonesome. He does look to be... Maybe the car is a little bit different on his tyres than yourself. So he's probably just getting accustomed to that.
Still got this battle for 8th, 9th and 10th between Matt, Joy, Old Man and Stan.
Oh, keeping each other, aren't they? Yeah.
Raging on.
So Stan was in front of them, but he got away a little bit and then he's pitted, so now he's caught up to the back of them. And we'll be hoping to get through them pretty quickly, I'd imagine.
He will need to... Oh, he's lost it.
Yeah, he's not done too well with the first.
He's been there. It didn't turn the whole way around though, so at least there's that.
And Nico is diving into the pits straight away, lost about a second.
Our leaders, yes, actually, so Speedy and Nico is in the pits.
Yeah. After 7 laps, that's not much.
Now, are we going to see?
Oh, Nico jumps.
So, Speedy is done on he's on a slightly. He had to, but he's stuck a bit of extra fuel in there. So he's got rid of a second, basically, of his penalty there, Nico.
Yeah, but he has managed to jump Speedy in the pits there.
He has, and of course you can now see them, Charlie.
Yes, I can.
This wood is put a 4-second gap on them.
Ridiculous that they can have a pit stop.
I know.
Yeah.
Come out ahead of 4th.
Yeah.
Within 8 laps.
That is absolutely one of my biggest problems, and that's why this game is not set up for these longer races, but we do our best.
Yeah.
We make do with what we've got.
It's our own Lego game.
That's about it.
And PC21 did suggest in the chat whether we could do a rolling start in order to potentially close up the gaps on the grid.
It was a rolling start, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was rolling start.
Oh no, sorry.
wasn't it?
Grid start instead of rolling start.
A standing start?
Yeah, bit late now to try and compare the two races and times. We really need to
Keep it the same.
keep it the same now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, after the end of the lap, it's not going to make much difference. It does mean less chaos in turn 1.
It does.
So P11 and P12 are having a battle, which is Old Man and Untouchables.
So Nico takes the lead. And Speedy goes out as well. So Super Dragon stayed out. He's gone for an extra lap. And
Oh, lots of people in the pits. Yeah.
so Diswood has come out about 7 seconds behind Speedy there. So big gain by Nico in that stop.
I do think
So-
though, Artie Thump was on hards and has just gone on to mediums, and Ranger, who is actually out in front of me, was on mediums as well as me, and he's just come out on hards, same as me. But I filled my tanks, he has not, so he is not intending on staying on these hards for very long.
Yeah, so you would have seen it there on the right hand or the left hand side anyway, but he did go on to hards.
He did.
Jumped yourself?
So same strategy as me, because I also went into hards, but he hasn't topped his tanks up. I'd say he's only going to do a couple of laps on hards.
So how are we doing then? So I'm going to go through the full grid order at the minute. So we have currently Nico is leading with a 1.2 second gap. He does have a tiny little sliver of a penalty, but he'll get rid of that. And he's only recently pitted as well, so his tyres are pretty good. Speedy is second, a second off him, but he looks like he is got a bit down the slipstream there. And there's a bit of a gap then to Diswood. So Speedy and Nico did pit already. Diswood is only after pitting, and he's now come out 8 seconds, 9 seconds more or less behind Speedy. He's in P3. We have a 6-second gap to Super Dragon, who is currently running in 4th, who is 2 seconds ahead of Ranger in P5. And then we need to go down 6.8 seconds down the road to yourself, Charlie.
Yeah, look, you don't need to bring it up. It's not a big deal. I mean, certainly not making me feel any better about myself.
Yeah. Although Super Dragon is after pitting, so you should get him as you drive past him there. So Super Dragon is into pits. He's keeping with the mediums. You can see it there on the screens.
Whoopsie daisy.
And coming into the last corner, we have a 3-way battle. Has someone... Oh, old man was getting a bit sketchy there. But we have the Untouchables, followed by King Julian and old man.
I don't know that reference.
Be quiet.
Look at all these freaks.
Who's talking? Be quiet.
Still don't know the reference.
Nah, why would you?
Why would
You're
I?
an old-
Go watch some TV.
You're an old man with 2 young girls, as if you would know that reference.
What's the reference from?
Madagascar.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, I have put them on for the girls, but not watched it.
Oh,
I'm sure it's
Julian,
hilarious,
he nearly
though.
lost it there. He was coming in a bit hot. So old man is right on his tail, but it looks to be like old man is actually only pitted. So he's going to have nice fresh set of boots on. He's really going to need to get past Julian here. I think that's what Untouchables has done already. So
He certainly did. But
he has. He's going to try and see can he put a bit of a gap on here.
he's not pitted yet, so
Piosko's just highlighted the message and said, this message is highlighted. Thanks, Piosko.
Well done.
Thanks for filling me in there, buddy.
Ryan, if I'm looking at Untouchables here, has he made a mistake?
what do you mean?
Have a look.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Has he made a... He's done a boo-boo.
I think he has.
He is going to need to come back into the pits again. That's not the first time that has happened in GT Sport.
What's he done? Not put any fuel in?
He has not put any fuel in.
Nice.
It looks like there's only about maybe 2 to 3 laps of on those tyres, so... Now he's going to come in on this lap, he is.
Very unlucky there. And,
Unlucky, yes, definitely.
King
Is there
Julian
someone following him?
But
Yeah.
Julian hasn't stopped at all yet, so that'll be a normal stop for him.
He was on the hards there as well,
Yep.
so he's done well there actually. He's probably done. Has he done a bit of fuel saving, or is that just a full tank? Probably just a full tank.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Lap
He's
11?
probably
Yeah,
lifted
that's a
it
full
both.
tank.
Yeah. So that's a good stint actually then, because he's done with those hards. So
The leaders are certainly pushing on though. First lap after the pit stops, Speedy did a 202.0.
Damn.
oh,
That's fast in race.
Chasing
Yeah.
after Nico, who has eked out nearly 2 seconds on Speedy now. So they are really pushing on, these guys.
they are, and they now have an 11-second gap to Diswood.
Ranger there with a 2.5 second penalty, unfortunately.
Well, it's just
But,
not been Ranger's race this time around, is it?
He does have about 9 seconds on you though, so it's not going to bother him too much.
No, not at this stage. But I don't know if they've done their hard stints or not, but I'm on hards now. So I'm living the dream on hards right now.
Yeah. Well, what we have seen is that you can lose about a second of a penalty just on pit entry. So
Oh, wow.
2.5 seconds, you wouldn't worry about that this early on in the race, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No. Damn.
Yeah, he just needs to continue flat out and then just do his pit stop as normal.
Yeah, and that'll disappear.
Yeah. to say, I was trying to think what was the better penalty system. iRacing's, you've cut the track, slow down a little bit, and then get going again, which is, I guess, a bit similar here. Or a set of courses. Okay, don't do that. No, really don't do that. Okay, you've done it again, you're getting a penalty.
Well, that's real life.
That is real life.
Yeah, that's it's.
So
And I guess you can understand. Yeah, it's.
Yeah. The difference is for if you're talking on more of a sim level, I think I like iRacing a bit better than Gran Turismo's, just for the pure point. Like if you cut going up a Rouge, generally if you lift off a touch and then just keep it pinned, you'll generally wear that penalty out by the time you get to the end of that straight.
The game recognises you are accelerating at a slower rate and reaching a slower top speed, and actually burns that off your penalty.
Whereas if you wanted to get rid of a 2.5 second penalty in race without using the pit stops and stuff like that, you would have to slow down tremendously, and you lose so much more time than 2.5 seconds. And I think it's a bit unreasonable, given that a lot of the time when you cut the track to get a 4-second gain, you probably gain maybe 2/10.
Yeah, it's something they need to work on. I do like ACC's implementation of it though. There's times where you do cut the track because obviously you've missed your braking point. Maybe the arse of the car has slipped down. It's just an accident.
It is.
Allowing you to have that warning is like, hey, that's fine. Generally won't do that again unless you had another one. But
and that's the thing though, and like that does sort of make you suffer a little bit more because of that realism aspect. But of all the laps I've done, I've not got a penalty yet.
Same, thankfully. I've got warnings because of issues that I've had, but that's about it.
But yeah, I've not received a penalty yet, so it's not too bad. Whereas how many penalties do you get in Gran Turismo and iRacing? A lot.
Yeah. So let's do a quick update then. So Nico has pulled a little bit of a gap on Speedy. He's currently leading with a 2.26 second gap. He has 0.3 of a penalty, but wouldn't worry about that. Speedy is in P2. He is 12 seconds ahead of this Wood now. So the two of them are doing consistent 203s at the minute on used tyres. So they have quite a bit of pace. This Wood, as I said, is on P3. He's doing 204s. Currently 8 seconds in front of Ranger, who also has a penalty, as Ryan has said, but he's nothing to worry about there. He's 10 seconds I should say, actually, ahead of Super Dragon in P5, who is right up next to our good man Charlie here.
Yeah, I've just let him through up into turn 2.
You really should stop doing that.
Well, there's no point in fighting at the moment. I'm on hards, and I think Super Dragon's on mediums. It's taken him a good 5 laps to catch me and pass me, so...
Nico has pitted again. That's an interesting strategy.
It is. It's a short strat.
I don't think he... Yeah. He hasn't any fuel. I think he took his new tyres and expected that fuel to last a bit longer than it did, I think.
Potentially. But, we'll see. I mean, he comes out still in second ahead of Diswood, so the outrageousness continues.
Yeah. Unless he knows something that we don't. He might have this planned out to the lap.
I've not done any practice, so I don't know the gains and how long a fuel tank lasts and things like that.
Yeah, I know how long a fuel tank lasts, but maybe it is the case that after his whatever pit stops, he was left with maybe a little sliver of a half stint. So potentially he could be just getting that out of the way. A splash and dash.
As it be.
Because we've done splash and dashes before. It is there. So where did we end up? Well, we were in, that was P6 I got there, wasn't it? Yeah, so Charlie is in P6, 4 seconds ahead of Artie, who is 10 seconds ahead of Matt Joy in the Jag.
The Jagly.
The Jag. And then 7 seconds down the road, we have a nice little battle going on.
Continue.
Old man continuing. It's 14 laps now. We've had a battle of Old Man and Staniel. Good to see.
I bet you they'll be loving that.
Yeah. Because they're actually the only two to have a battle at the minute.
I would imagine we'll probably see Speedy come in this lap, maybe.
I have to jump back there. And I missed it, but Cam has pitted again. He's not having the best of times, Cam. Although he has only just pitted, so that's why he is down there. But he's getting intimate with a lot of these walls.
And Diswood also pitting.
Diswood has pitted, and he is getting rid of those hard tyres. He hasn't done a lot of laps on those hards, so that's a strategic move going on there.
Speedy comes out of the pits nearly 6.5 seconds behind Nico, so Nico playing this one in very nicely.
Yeah, it does seem to be.
Ranger is ditching his hards.
Just about to come out right next to Artie.
Artie is there. He's going to come out behind him. Although he is right behind him, he might try and fresh tyres there. Artie has not got fresh tyres. He's going to have to brake a little bit earlier. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does. Nice clean move. And Old Man is on the inside of Staniel coming into turn 2. And no, Staniel is there's more grunt in the AMG compared to the Ford.
I'll just interrupt you there and go back a sec. That sounded so dirty. Old Man is on the inside of Staniel. Okay. Types anything in the chat if you need help, Staniel. We are here. We can hear you.
It is what it is.
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah. Flash your headlights.
Turn on your left indicator.
We're watching. We're here for you.
Oh, Julian is, he's really pushing hard there. He's going to want to be taking care of those tyres. Cam is struggling, and he's putting a fresh set of tyres on there. Although I'm literally seeing no tyre wear on Cam. Are you seeing the same, Ryan?
I am.
That's weird, right? Is that a glitch?
Well, if you look, he's just come out of the pits, so...
Yeah, but even still...
No, there's the tiniest touch of red now on the rears.
Oh, yes, I see.
So, very...
Matjoy had a howler. Something happened. How do I... Can I replay it? What's...
I don't think...
Is there... Oh, I'm pressing... Oh, what an idiot. I'm pressing things on my keyboard to see can I get back.
Mate, I've done that
my
before.
My keyboard is not connected
I've done
to
that
the
before.
VS4.
Too much iRacing in Assetto Corsa.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
But yeah, no, he's got himself nearly an 8-second penalty there. He's worked a bit off it.
8-second penalty?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I'm not sure what the cause was of that. But
Who's that?
Matt Joy.
All right, damn.
So, yes.
Yeah, he's not had a good time. I'd like to know what happened. Interesting, what could possibly happen to get a 6.8 penalty? It was 7.7.
Yeah, it was probably about 8. But I mean, if you get that 4-second penalty from diving down the dipper, just like what Ranger did just then, if you get that twice, you're up at 8 seconds. So that's my only solution to that one.
Now he was nearly at a standstill coming down the chase there, so he obviously had a bad time there as well. It's unfortunate because he was right up there, but He's not too far back. He's only 3.8 seconds behind Mojo.
With
And,
still 1.5 race to go.
And I wouldn't worry about the penalties, as we know.
Ranger's just got a 4.5 second penalty.
Yeah, he had that a little while ago.
Alright.
And going back a little bit, we have Untouchables is right on the gearbox of King Julian.
So Speedy just slightly reeling in Nico, got it down to 6 seconds up the front, and they are just pulling away from Diswood with a 14-second gap from Speedy back to Diswood now. Some absolutely tremendous pace from the lot up the front. That obviously stops as soon as you get back to Charlie.
Yeah.
Who now has Artie in the luminescent green Porsche.
Geez, I'm looking forward to getting rid of those hards. Let me give you the hot tip.
Not just warm,
No,
just the tip.
just the tip, and if you like that, I'll give you the rest of it.
So I do think that the cam is catching King Julian here. He is he's obviously come out of the pits with a fresh set of tyres there not so long ago, so he is on the march unless he makes any mistakes like he just did. Hit the wall there, lost about a second. Actually he's lost about a second and a half there. Got himself a 1 second penalty as well, so he has been in the wars. And have we lapped people yet?
Not yet.
Surely we have.
No,
Have we not?
not yet. There is no lapped driver yet, but I mean,
That's
we've got
unusual,
Nico
right?
going through the grate now with Cam the Otter going down Conrod, so there's about a half lap between them.
Yeah. Not too far up ahead of him there is King Julian. I did actually have a chat with King Julian earlier on, and asked him a few questions in the pit paddock there. What he'd like to do if he wasn't racing in. Well, if he wasn't racing in Gran Turismo Sport, he actually said, and this is no joke of a lie here. This is what he said.
I would love to become a professional whistler. I'm pretty amazing at it now, but I want to get like even better.
That's what he had to say.
Wow.
Copyright strike straight away.
Yeah.
But yes, good old King Julian.
Yeah,
Great
he's.
whistler.
He is a very good whistler, yeah. So he at least he has career options
Yep.
out there. You know, we don't all have that. Oh, he's coming
drifting
inside.
also a thing.
He drifty by.
Drifty boy.
Yeah, not helpful on the tires though.
Nope. So Nico just hanging in those 2.9s, and but unfortunately for him, Speedy is just knocking a bit off. So he's catching slightly, but he's going to be needing to get a bit more.
There are some very consistent lap times up front there.
Well, I mean, even Diswood there with a 3.09 and 3.04, one lap after the other.
Yeah, that's
Very
pretty good.
consistency.
Ranger, did he have another issue or is that just...
That's been there for a while now.
Has it been there? Is it okay? And the fact that it's actually exactly 4.5 seconds means
Has
he
he not
hasn't
wound
lifted the
any
pins.
down at all?
No, he is flat to the mat.
You wouldn't worry about it because he would just wear most of that after going into the pits.
Yeah. Old Man and RT Tump. RT Tump's actually just after coming out of the pits. Old Man is after coming into the pits. He is getting rid of his set of hard tyres.
Not much left in the tank there, only 2 litres.
No.
He's timed that one well. I'd imagine some conservation across the top.
So he didn't. He actually only did 1 lap on those hards. So he didn't fancy doing a long stint there at all.
Is that old
Completely
man?
different strategy. Yeah, that's very different to yourself.
Very different.
Yeah.
Or he only did 1 lap on the...
Just looking at his
Hard's back on, I think.
Has he?
He's got hards on now.
So he did only. That's interesting.
Whatever
That's
he's done,
interesting
he's
because
baffled you.
He has. The reason why I looked at that was because I could see the P next to his times. Now it's gone now for some reason, odd reason. But there was a lot of P's there, so.
So again, Nico in the pits there, and Speedy resumes the lead. And Nico comes out about, still sort of leveling, about 6.5 seconds behind. And Speedy seems to be just going along nicely there.
And into the pits.
The big man himself,
Finally.
the chunky boy.
Chonko
How did
disposes
those
of those
hards,
hards.
And here we go with the 202s.
They were alright. The hards are alright, nice and consistent. I made a few mistakes.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably going to be doing about a second to 2. Oh! King Julian has left the room.
Oh
Hopefully
no.
not to take up his career in whistling.
yeah, he's obviously decided that whistling is his better forte.
Matt Joy is facing the wrong way on the last corner. I don't know if he had an incident with the Untouchables, who currently is a 1.3 second penalty. There was potentially some rubbing
Wouldn't
has
it be
happened.
nice if you could just like go back and find out?
It would, yeah. I'm pretty sure we can do that. If I had a keyboard connected.
Yeah, if you have a
I'm
keyboard
pretty
plugged
sure
in, you
that's
can do
an option.
replays.
Yeah, that's not happening though. I've no more USB. I have no more free slots.
That is a
Unfortunately.
ridiculous notion that you have to have a keyboard connected
Yeah.
to watch a replay.
I surely have enough buttons.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think there's about 7 different button selections just to change what car you're looking at.
They're actually, yeah. Do they still have that?
that was a bit loose. That was a bit loose.
Loosey goosey.
Oh, actually, drop time. When did Artie come out of the pits? I can't ask you that. Ignore that.
We don't know, mate.
Nah, righto, whatever.
I'll run down to the garage and see if the engineer will.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to King Julian. It was good having him in there. I might run down to the pit paddock later on and get a post-race interview.
King Julian got disconnected. I hope you don't
Ah.
think that we are making the King Julian reference. I feel like it was an opportunity that we must take. I honestly feel bad if we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially now that we've heard your interview that you made with Kogan previously.
Yeah. It was a good interview, to be fair.
So I've got to the back of the pits where Artie is working. The engineer is flipping me the bird, so I'm not sure about the...
He won't tell you when he came in for tyres last.
Yeah.
How fresh they are.
I am tempting one of the crew members with ollies though, so we might get a...
As Matt Joy comes into the pits. He was running a bit low, and he's come up just ahead of Cam, the other. Both running up penalties here, but I would take a guess and say Magi should be okay. He's a fresh set of tyres on his car there. But it's getting racy. Racy for 6th and 7th. As Speedy comes into pits with 1 litre of fuel left.
So I have managed to tempt one of the lolly mechanics out the back who was sweeping up with some lollies. He did tell me that they pitted on lap 18. All he would tell me about the quality of the tyre that was on there was that they are made out of rubber.
That's so... He needed to drop him a bit of a 50.
I tried,
but he's making a move. He's making a move. Is he going to make it stick? Oh, was there a touching?
No touching here, mate.
No touching, no.
Yeah, that sort of gets you into the Me Too movement.
He's coming back at you though. Oh, Charlie's going to have to defend here. He might cut back in. He's sticking with you. And you're definitely not going to miss that Porsche anyway, but it's luminous green.
It's not dark.
No.
Last I heard, Qantas was using it as a guide for the planes as they came over that part of New South Wales to land at the airport.
He's got a bit of a suck job here off yet. But plenty of poke in the L, chunky boy. And we have
Matt Joy back in the pits, removing the hard tyres very promptly. So he did 1 lap on those.
Yeah. And we have... Yeah, so Untouchables has done a lot of pit stops there very close together. And he's clearly not had a good time.
I don't know about that though, because it's saying that one of his pit stops was on a lap that he did 204 on.
Yeah, there's a lot of P's happening. I don't believe them all now.
Gran Turismo might be taking the piss a little bit.
Yes.
Someone just leave the room.
No, someone just joined the room.
Code's joined for some reason. So they're back to the battle at the front, and Nico out there just banging out those 202s. He managed to eke out about 9 seconds over Speedy. Speedy looking very speedy coming into this race. Nico is just showing some absolute class form. The Brit in the Corvette. But both of them are just a field above the rest, with 3rd place currently 21 seconds behind. The 2 out the front are just blitzing this.
Come on, Artie, what are you doing? I just hit a 203.3 and I didn't lose him. God damn it.
Yeah, he also has done a 3.3 before, so...
But he just did it then. Just leave me alone.
No, he just did a 3.8 then, so you're holding up.
No, I did a 3.3.
That actually is... Yeah, it's only his 2nd fastest lap time, just as he's stuck behind you there, so...
Well, hell of a time to pull your fastest lap time, mate.
I think that potentially maybe you were on the same...
I'm predicting we're on about the same strat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's what I'm thinking, but still, like...
But you didn't, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, I was trying to. I couldn't get it out.
Yeah. Someone was whispering in your ear.
Yeah.
Hit me a nod, I know what I'm doing.
Because he did have a pretty average first stint, so he lost a bit at the start there. I think he probably spent a bit long on the hards, maybe.
Well, the idea behind it is I can do less pit stops than everyone else.
Well, I don't know the maths behind that, so I can't argue for or against that argument.
I don't think the maths are going to work in my favour. I think I'm going to be a very sad panda, is what I'm thinking.
I don't think maths work for me at all.
Pretty sad, so... that does compute.
Ooh. And Cam and Matjoy down in 12th and 13th are getting fairly frisky with each other.
God damn. Took a chunk of grass.
You're just gonna have to deal with a bit of pressure from behind there, mate.
Yeah.
But I don't want it though. That's what you're not understanding.
Yeah, that's
I'd
right.
really
tires,
rather
Johnny.
he just left me alone.
He's giving you the tip, and he's not understanding. No means no.
So you did a 4.2 and he did a 4.0. So
Yeah,
he
but
is.
I ruined
he's
both of
not
our
let
laps.
go.
I ruined both of our laps then.
now
And
you've
just
got
to
Super
stick it
Dragon
in the mix. Yes.
straight out of the
Super
pits
Dragon.
and right in front of, right behind you.
It's getting hot in here.
Fresh tires.
Yeah, I bet. Someone's gone and put a 50 kilo weight on your shoulders there, and you need to push on.
Ooh.
Because Dragon is pushing on. He's going
He is,
on
and
the
he's
outside.
yeah. Wow.
Up to the cutting. A very good move by Dragon there.
And also nice and clean by Artie there as well.
yes.
He knew when to back off.
Concede that position.
Something a lot of people need to learn in
Absolutely.
racing races. When to hit, fight that battle and when to not.
Yep. You gotta
So,
know
you
when
do
to
now
hold him and know when to run.
Don't
Oh,
even.
no, we're not going to start that, are we?
No, we're not gonna. We're definitely not.
No.
That's a hard no.
That is-
You go
yeah.
gambling in your own time, mate.
I'm
He's
gambling that
coming,
there's going to be a nice little battle here between the
Yeah.
three of you guys.
He is coming.
Artie has fallen off just a touch, but I think that he might have been unsettled by that manoeuvre, that bold manoeuvre by the Dragon around the outside there. Once he gets back into a bit of a rhythm there, and you guys are obviously going to battle a bit, which will slow you down.
Oh, he's a bit squirmy coming out there, so he's lost the touch.
And I think that Porsche just doesn't do well on worn tyres.
Oh, Dragon has lost it a little bit coming out of the last corner, and he is losing that position again. That is unfortunate. He did not need that.
No, it's not. That wasn't unfortunate at all. That was excellent.
I was going to say, it has
He's-
allowed a bit of breathing room for Charlie there.
He has taken the turn one very nicely though, and he's gone straight back past Artie.
God damn it. Just those guys can fight. I don't want to know about it.
Frank coming into the chat saying Nico is having problems with the real sun beaming into his room. I know them feels.
Yeah, you can relate.
I can relate. I got that in a 24-hour race on iRacing. So that we actually had to, because we were going to do a double, weren't we? But I made you get back in so I could fix it.
Yeah, correct.
I think
That was terrible.
one of the questions I think needs to be thrown out here is Frank sitting in a tree spying in at Nico? How does he know this information?
It's actually not the sun. He's got a mirror and he's just like reflecting it perfectly. I'm making this happen, guys. I'm doing it for you. As he does come into the pits, so the pit stops are thick and fast. There is a substantial amount of pit stops. Oh, after being on iRacing where you'll literally go for 33 laps around here,
Yeah,
it feels crazy to see so many pit stops.
that's it. We were doing, I think I did 35 laps on one of my stints at
Yeah.
the 12 hour, and this is a 37 lap race.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is good. Like, at the same time, I guess the pit stops don't really mean anything here anyway.
No,
So,
which I hate about Gran Turismo Sport. I absolutely hate it. They're so short that there's no incentive not to pit.
okay, so apparently Nico is streaming on his YouTube feed.
Ah, right.
Ah,
And that's how Frank knows.
that's yeah.
That'll get you. That'll get you every time.
Yeah. Insider information there.
He has come out about 4.5 seconds behind Speedy there. Speedy obviously yet to pit.
So what I've noticed, Charlie, that you didn't set for the race. unusually, I thought you might have done this, is the ghosted cars are on.
For back markers.
For backmarkers. So Speedy is about to get very intimate with Cam right now.
Yeah.
He's going to go right inside him.
You are right, that was an
he made it.
oversight.
The elbow. But this is 26 laps in, and this is the first lap.
I expected this to happen a lot quicker.
Yep, same.
Mojo. Oh, he made it. I just seen the 0. He came into the pits with 0 litres of fuel left.
Damn. That's cutting it spot on.
Yes.
That's perfect, that is.
Well, I guess we think it's perfect. We don't know how long that he might have been coasting.
That's true.
No worries, Frank. Happy to have you along. He says he's one of the CRN boys, so he's reporting. Unfortunately, couldn't do the race though.
He's what, sorry? Deporting?
Supporting.
Oh, supporting. I think they said deporting. I'm like, what?
This is removing port by way of urinal. Deporting. Anyways.
God damn.
Cam is in the pits. The car is looking a bit banged up there, so it is.
I can't maths, and it's affected my race.
Yeah, look, I'm not surprised by that fact.
Do you know what's funny? Any mistakes that you make with maths here, I'm not going to be able to learn from them.
No.
And I'm probably going to just say them again.
Happy with my consistency on these tyres, though. It's a shame I didn't have a few faster laps there at the start, but...
Well, you have pushed a little bit of a gap between yourselves and RT. It's now 2.9 seconds, coming up very close to 3, so you must have had a very bad turn 1 there. Obviously, Super Dragon has kept with you, and he's giving you a little bit of a push there.
His tyres are only half as old as mine, though.
As Daniel comes into the pits with 3 litres of fuel left. So I would put a good guess on and say that probably everybody has done their hard stint. That is a guess, though.
That's something that we probably should have paid attention to a bit more.
Yeah.
I presume you guys were.
Well, we were.
Jeez, it's hard to find good out round here.
Well, I mean, when you pay people peanuts, you get monkeys.
That's
so
true.
what do you reckon you're going to get when you pay us nothing?
Yeah, no, you are exactly as worth as much as I've paid you.
Yeah.
I think everybody from Ranger down anyway has definitely used their hards. The only people that would potentially might be on a completely different strategy could be the guys up front. But I tell you what, if they've been doing hards and putting those lap times in, fair play to them.
Yes.
So, Super Dragon has finally got past yourself.
He has.
But he does not need to pit anytime soon.
Did you throw some lollies at their crew chief, did you?
No, remember, because Super Dragon came out of the pits behind Charlie and
yes.
Artie, so I I didn't need to bribe them that time. As Charlie pits.
My fuel conservation for the race has been less than desirable.
So you've got yourself 9 laps to go, mate. And how's that going to go for your stint?
Good.
Good?
Yep.
All right.
Yellow flag up ahead, guys. Nico has lost P1.
Oh, Speedy.
No. He's managed to actually dwindle down that 4 seconds down to
Speedy
0.
had the accident then. Something has happened, Speedy.
Speedy is on quite old tyres, I'd imagine.
Yeah, there was a yellow flag as well. So clearly he's lost it just at the top of the mountain somewhere. He's probably going to be pitting at the end of this lap anyway. But obviously Nico doesn't know that, and he's going to try and take this position.
Nico is going for it, that is for sure. Nico, very close through the chase there.
Thank you very much for the follow, whoever that was.
That was CRN GDR.
Yes, it was.
Thank you,
Welcome to the
CRN
CRN boys. Nico is representing very well.
He's going along beautifully, actually, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
It's hard to mix the CRN and CRR boys apart.
Thank you to that follower as well.
Tron.
Yes.
We're going to call you Tron, sir, to save confusion.
So, with less than 10 laps to go, I'm going to go and have a coffee.
Yep,
No
get
worries.
yourself ready.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop outside of the commentary box here. I might pop into King Julian on the way. You never know.
King Julian.
So,
He likes it cranks.
yes. So, see you in a bit.
No worries. So Artie is in. Was my outlap good enough? Didn't feel like a great outlap. And he did have to put in one less lap of fuel than me.
You have come out just ahead. About a second. That'll obviously gap a little bit over this first lap, because obviously the tyre temperatures and things like that hold a key part in Gran Turismo.
They do, that they do. Certainly turn 2, I mean, obviously they only take about 4 corners to come up to temperature, but certainly turn 2 is a bitch.
So as we sort of traverse through this race that we are in, with about 7 laps to go, Nico is out in front, absolutely punishing with a 15-second
God
lead
damn, really?
over Speedy. So unsure as to their strategy. They may need to stop again. I don't know numbers.
No.
This would, I'm guessing because he was usually stopping a little bit after Speedy, so I'm guessing he's probably due soon. But he's still holding third quite well. Ranger still running around with a 4-second penalty.
Really? Jesus, so his pit didn't burn much off.
Yeah, I mean, either that or he's got more.
The game is
Both
going to
possible.
make him serve that penalty.
Yep. But he does have 9 seconds back to Super Dragon. Then yourself in 6th.
Yeah, don't want to talk about it. Pit strategy
1
wasn't great.
1 minute and 5 seconds off the lead.
Yikes.
With Artie coming out just behind you. Old man managed to work his way up into 8th. I reckon he'd be pretty wrapped with that. Actually, going sideways down, side by side down Conrod with Mojo. That's a scary thought.
Side by side is a pretty big difference from sideways, though.
You're
I was
right,
like,
you're
what?
right.
He must have had to have adjusted his fan, I reckon,
Yeah, it's
if he's
possible.
sideways.
Having Mojo behind you is never a good day. And he's actually opted just to go straight in the pits. He's like, I'm not in for this.
He's like, I'm not even going to
for this
fight
game.
for this.
Yeah, that is a game I don't want to play, he says, and he bails.
Mojo's rep precedes him.
Yeah. So Mojo then takes 8th position with Stan just behind him, about 2 seconds back. And Untouchables coming out of the last corner. Oh, CRN Mike all over the track there. Time to burn, I guess. With Matt Joy coming through the chase. There is a bit of lap traffic happening. It does look pretty average that we've got ghosted cars everywhere, but that's okay.
Yes, that was an
It's-
oversight.
These things are going to happen.
Ghosted were not supposed to be on.
And so yeah, Matt Joy in 12th with Cam. Still with about 0.4 of a second of penalty. I'm not sure if it's a new one or existing.
I'm a bit hot in here. Jeez, I wouldn't mind turning the fan on, eh?
Yeah, don't put it on towards your eye though, mate.
No. I mean, I was coming off no sleep, though. I was tired.
don't reckon that the engineers and team manager would care too much.
Of course they would, they'd understand.
Well, I mean, they'd understand as long as you're paying the insurance bill for the car. Because there would have been a little bit more damage than what you got. So after your pit stops, because Diswood just on the exit of pits there, 34 seconds behind Nico, who's just braining it. Like, he's doing a very good job.
Who is?
UCRN boys, Nico.
Yeah.
UCRN boys know how to pull on a race.
After all that bloody speedy Super Dragon even is miles up the road, 4.2 seconds on fresh tyres.
Yep, that's the case.
My strategy has not gone well for me today, but
I would imagine that at this rate, if he's just come out of the pits, he's probably good to the end.
yeah.
Whereas you might be line ball trying to...
No, I'll be right. I'll go to the end,
You
but
reckon?
yeah,
You'll be right.
I'll go
All
to the
right.
end from here.
And if you're good to the end, then Artie is as well, because he came out just behind you, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a lap. He went into the pits a lap behind me, lap after me. So the two of us will be right to the end. But Super Dragon has jumped us, and he's on 3 or 4 lap newer tyres.
So Nico with a late stop, and he has come out right next to Speedy.
So he did need an extra stop. Okay.
Yeah, he has now fulfilled the quota of using the hard and medium tyre. Waited to the very last lap.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stint, I should say.
Yeah, I don't want to go on about it, but I feel like it's the crappy pit stops that's kind of ruined my strat. Because I did one less. I'm pretty sure I've done at least one less pit stop than everyone else, and it doesn't equate shite. There is no benefit to staying out on hards. You
Yeah.
may as well just pit.
If you're talking about a 30-second pit stop, where you're stationary
longer.
for 30 well,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is stationary for 30 seconds plus travel time, then yeah, if you've got to do one pit stop less, then you're talking about a good 50-second gain.
Absolutely, which is why I sort of went down that path. But it's all for nothing because your pit stops take about 15 seconds total.
Yep. So yeah, unfortunately that is the case. Unfortunately, not much sympathy for yourself because that was always the case.
Yeah, it's true. I just really kind of hoped that,
Just for this race, they change it.
yeah, pit stops do seem a bit longer here at Bathurst, but just nowhere near long enough.
I would say that's probably due to the rather long pit lining,
Yeah, I'd say so.
being that it is one of the longest.
Is it really?
Yep. 36 bays, mate. And like proper double garage as well. Not you can fit two cars to every single garage, not just your average Winton shed.
No, true. Where did I qualify?
One of the positions.
Yeah, I did.
It
Not
was
as
definitely up.
I've lost positions. I was about 5th, wasn't I?
Absolutely unsure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say you are gonna finish at some relative point to where you started.
It's true.
I can tell you.
Please do.
You qualified 5th.
5th, yeah.
So now you just need to pass Dragon.
Yes, yeah, could happen. Something goes catastrophically wrong for him.
Well, I mean, who knows? Ranger still has a 2.8 second penalty, and Gran Turismo might just throw a 2-minute penalty at him just for the fact of you haven't served it yet, mate. This is ridiculous. Frank says, great race, guys. Nice one for organising. This is the 3rd, I think, CR 1.2.
3rd annual it is. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
My guess is, depending on how things travel, probably do another one next year.
Yeah, I reckon there'll be a 4th annual. Who knows? The PS5 may be out by then.
I was going to say, it'll depend
GT7
on
might be out.
you might end up doing it on Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah. I'd say it'll happen.
It'll happen, just unsure as to what form.
But of course, there will be a Spa, a Nürburgring, and a Le Mans 2.4 hour on Gran Turismo throughout the year.
I mean, the PS5 is never going to happen. Whether PD actually put out a Gran Turismo,
Yeah, that's
which would be the first time in history that it's been out for a launch.
It could happen. I mean, I honestly think that Gran Turismo Sport is just going to be used as a launching into the new game. Because the car, car-wise, I mean, they're just going to port these all over, basically, like they do everything else.
Pretty much.
All the tracks do the same thing.
You say the PS5 is definitely happening, but I have heard that the coronavirus is actually holding up manufacturing processes, and there may be delays to the PS5 and the Xbox. They may not be out
Don't
this
they
year.
make those in America or something?
Certainly, no, they don't.
No.
Like everything else on Earth,
that-
they're made in China.
What a crazy
That-
notion.
That pesky Corona beer, what are they at?
Yeah, I know, right? They campaigned hard enough, though, Corona beer, and got it changed to COVID-19,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
So back on the racing chat, we do have 3 laps left with Speedy 1.4 seconds ahead of Nico. I think they're both sorted to the end of the race.
And how many seconds?
1.4.
1.4. Damn. So Nico is he's got a catch and pass, but he's on much fresher tyres, yeah?
He is. But yeah, I mean, I think they're both good to go for the rest of the race. It'll be interesting to see how they go.
Well, on behalf
that
of the CRR crew, go Speedy. Get it
out
done.
there, son. He's worked that one quite well. Nico looked like he had this.
Has he though?
Well, I mean, the battle is there. What happens, happens.
Yeah.
Nico looked like he had it all completely his to play, but things might not be so straightforward. Because he's actually just... They've both gone... I was going to say, Speedy has gone into the pits and Nico he feigned to follow, but he's like, oh, nah, I'm not going to do that.
So Speedy was, in fact, owing a pit stop.
This
And
is
Untouchables has gone in.
This is going
with
to be
0.
a very, very quick pit stop, though. He's not going to need to put much fuel in and throw the new tyres on. But he has come out 6 seconds down on Nico. So Nico with a nice buffer going into these last two laps. And Diswood continuing on with about
Interesting.
20 seconds behind.
You've seen it there on the screen. I don't know if you missed it, Brian, but Speedy has now had to put on his set of hard tyres.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And so Nico did the same thing.
Oh, did do the same.
Hard tyres in the last stint.
I missed Nico's.
So yeah, that's the requirements of the race completed.
It is, but unfortunately for Speedy, Nico is checked out, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he's about 6 seconds up the road, so it's not over yet. It wouldn't take too much to gain 6 seconds from an incident, but Nico has been racing very well this afternoon, so my bet he's probably got it in the bag.
I'll tell you the other thing that's checked out on lap 35-37, my medium compound tyres.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been good, they've been super consistent, and then last lap, just a second down. Just a second.
Well, that's what's going to happen, I guess. You do have 4 seconds over Artie.
Who's only on 1 lap younger tyres.
Yeah.
So hopefully, as mine drop off, his drop off as well. I mean, they were good and consistent for, a decent amount of laps, but they just immediately dropped a second. I don't recall making any major mistakes. We'll see where this lap's at, but...
So Frank has so rightfully noticed there, but Nico has just picked up a 3-second penalty at the front of the race, with now 5.9 seconds of a gap to Speedy.
Oh! So it
Things are
may-
getting spicy.
It may not quite be match
That
over.
is a spicy meatball.
Now, I would imagine he's going to try and get rid of some of it gradually throughout the laps, but it does mean that it's going to give Speedy the chance.
The other thing as
to,
well is obviously if you don't get that gone, basically just gives you a 3-second penalty. Yeah, so as long as he
Correct.
finishes more than 3 seconds ahead, then he should be okay. But it would require obviously.
It might be in time splits though, I know. So if you were, let's say, 6/10, or if you had a 6/10 of a second penalty, you would get a 1 second penalty if you cross the line with it. I don't know about 3. Does it mean you're going to get a fine? Or would it go to 3?
I don't know, mate.
Because that's a potential thing.
Yeah. I've not played this game since
A long time.
months. I don't know, when did Spa come out on this race? Because it definitely was before Spa that I last played this.
You've not
guess
played
like
Spa
what-
on this.
No.
Damn, this isn't the final lap yet. These tyres
No,
are
it is not.
definitely in struggles right now.
And Artie's managed to get that second out of you as well. So
Yeah, he's
no.
at 2.9.
I can
No
see that,
pressure.
thanks, boys.
Yeah, oh, no, we're just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Noticing
We're
the
just being
same thing.
informative. Your
And,
race engineer.
Speedy has got it down to 4.8 seconds, and Nico's still with that full 2.9 penalty. So
And back down at P11, Matt Joy is under serious pressure from Untouchables, who is actually going to go for a move here.
as the leader
He's on-
starts the last lap.
He's on fresher tires.
Bring on
Like,
the
stick
last
with
lap.
Untouchables here. Untouchables going around the outside of the corner and position coming into the very last corner of the track. Is he going to send one down the inside, Matt Joy? No, he doesn't. And Untouchables keeps the position, so he's now up to P11. Yep, final lap of the race. 4.6 seconds. And I'll tell you what, how Nico, he hasn't got much fuel left, Ryan.
How do you know that?
That's too late for
because-
strats now, Ryan. It's all good. Talk about it, man.
No, they're pretty bloody close on fuel. Both
Yeah.
of them are.
Speedy's
Speedy
a
does
little
have the
bit more.
edge. He does have the edge. He also does need to work down about 1.7 seconds now, which he is doing. I'll give him that credit. It's 1.6, 1.4 seconds now. He's catching very quickly across the top, with Nico not managing to work down any of that penalty yet.
No,
So
this is going
With
to be an
Nico-
interesting finish. Oh, Speedy went a bit deep there. He
Oh,
lost time.
he lost about 0.8 of a second there. That's
Yeah,
really
that's not ideal.
unfortunate.
I think that might have done it for
That might
Nico.
secure it, yeah, because he had it down to nearly 4 seconds. He just needed to get that 1 extra second. My guess is that Nico is probably in heavy conserve mode because there is a slither of red fuel as he's coming around. He's a full conserve, max save, get it to the end. As he makes the last corner.
4.7. Is he going to just stop here, or is he just going to go for it? He is going to stop. He's going to
He's stopping.
penalty. He's got his penalty gone, and he crosses the line, and he wins the race with 1.9 seconds.
Congrats,
ahead
Nico.
of
Great job.
Speedy.
1.9 seconds. I tell you what, that is close. That is
It was a
good
very
racing.
Good race by the two of them.
Yeah.
As
So
this Wood comes around the last corner to cross the line in third position.
very respectable podium position from this wood there.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job to battle with those two out front, and Discord
Ranger
has done
is in a bit of strife.
job.
Looks like Ranger had a bad time with the chase there. He was after coming onto the track from the graphs. He's a sliver of a penalty as well. He's going to get rid of it there. He does, and he takes in fourth position. Well done.
Super Dragon there on absolutely bugger all fuel. Also brings the Nissan home in fifth.
And look at the final bit of push here from Artie. See who's going to do it. 1 tenth of a
Very,
second.
very, very close there, boys. Well done.
I got all the gap at the start. When he first came out behind the pits, I actually pulled that 3 or 4 seconds on him in the first 4 or 5 laps, and then the last 4 or 5 laps he called it all back up, so we made pace
Absolutely.
different.
Strong finish there by Artie, that little push to get to the end.
That was a good last lap.
very
He's he's good on worn tyres. I thought you boys said the Porsche was no good on worn tyres.
It was wearing, but to be fair, his aren't as low as what... I mean, yours are probably... Your right-hand side tyres are about half worn. His are probably like 20%. Because he came out on hards as well.
Yeah, okay. Well,
So,
yes, congratulations, Nico. Cracking good race. And Speedy, also massive congrats. He took it to him. So well done, boys. Diswood in third. Very good.
after Artie there, Stan comes through, Mojo. Old man crossing the line in 10, rounding out the top 10 with Untouchables, Matt, Joe and Cam rounding
Nice.
out 11th, 12th, 13th.
Nice work. Congrats, everyone.